Today's review, we're talking about Ratman. That's right, a 1988 film put out by Cauldron. A big fan of Cauldron apparently is Christian Hannah Horror. Shout out to Christian Hannah Horror. Today we're talking about Ratman, a 1988 film. We're going to go ahead and put this review up on the 80s Archives channel as well, since it's an 80s film. And it's more of an exploitation film. And for all intents and purposes, some parts of this are comedical. And this film gets a 4.2 on IMDb. And a runtime of about an hour and 23 minutes long. We follow a model who is on an island doing some modeling. And something happens and someone gets picked off. A lot of people actually get picked off one by one. Not intentionally knowing how this is happening, her sister comes to investigate with her friend how her sister was picked off. How was it? How was she slaughtered? Was it by a man, a creature? Was it the Ratman? You'll have to watch the film and see, because there are a lot of twists and turns in this film. Basically, you have a guy that's trying to create a rat / monkey that when it bites you, you die instantly. It's almost like getting bit by like a really venomous snake, kind of like a black mamba or something, in that vein. In this particular film, this is an exploitation film, as the Ratman is very much played by a little person, and it was very obvious throughout the film. As you can see the Ratman jumping. When he would jump, it would be looking very, very silly. And I think that's part of the reason why maybe the film didn't do as well, is because you could obviously tell that it was a little person dressed up in special effect makeup. But, for all intents and purposes, like I said, it is what it is. The film doesn't take itself too seriously. There are some comedical parts, but there are also some very brutal parts. You definitely get a little bit of gore in the film. You get a little bit of comedy, you get a little bit of TNA, excellent lingerie choices in the film as well, beautiful women, and a slasher as well. Because there's a lot to this film than just the Ratman. You have to watch it to see. Now, when it comes to this particular film, for me, really wasn't my cup of tea. Now, when you look at this, you probably think, oh, this is a full moon feature. No, definitely not a full moon feature. Put out by Cauldron. But, overall, for what it's worth, I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 5 on the Boglin scale. I didn't hate it, didn't love it. There are things I think they could have done a little bit better. It looked like they just, were going with what they had at the time. Some parts of it was very drawn on, very boring. Other parts were more exciting. I don't know, maybe that's the slasher side of me, maybe that's the gore side of me. I don't know. But you do get a lot of features with the film. Let's take a look at those there. Get audio commentaries with the director. And while we're here, let's take a look at the alternate cut of the slipcover. Okay, and for you slipcover people, there's the alternate slipcover. Which actually, that's pretty badass too. I don't know which one I like better. But you do get alternate slipcovers. Picture quality is grainy at times. Some of the darker scenes were a little bit hard to see, but whenever you would get color clarity on the film, you would get a chance to see. The Blu-ray did change up a lot of the grain on the color parts. The darker parts are still a little bit harder to see, featuring at night shots. Shots take place in alleys, things like that were a little hard to see. But overall, yeah, we're going to give this film a 3 out of 5 on the Boglin scale. That is my thoughts on the Ratman. Take care. Peace.
Welcome to the house on the A6 block. I'm just chilling on the porch in my chair I rock. I'm your host Jimmy Biggs with the ghoulish grip. The only light outside is the full moon lit. Welcome to a world mixed with evil and good. If you ain't plan on staying, then you misunderstood. This ain't a nightmare, the figment of of imagination. Step inside and the house will awaken. Skeletons play the piano.